And now the news. Cooperative farmers in Cross River State are extolling the effort of the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu in the implementation of numerous economic reforms to stimulate productive capacity, create jobs, and reduce costs of living to attain food security in Nigeria. This was during the flag-off of distribution of agro-inputs to smallholder farmers in Cross River and 6 other states in Nigeria by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, represented at that event. Paul Abel reports.
To transforming the agriculture sector through making food security a top priority by reducing the food crisis in Nigeria. This facilitation and distribution of agri-inputs and basic farm machinery to small-scale farmers in a transparent and accountable process to ensure these essential inputs are made available and accessible to them is a testament to that effect.
Farmers must produce and produce sufficiently for the teeming population of this country.
We are really happy to receive this input from the federal government to complement what the state government is also doing.
I thank the president of this country, His Excellency President Tinubu, for his kind gesture.
I've tried my best to see how I can get one of these machineries, but I couldn't. To God be the glory that today I am called upon to get them.
The agro-inputs and basic farm machinery distributed to farmers include power tillers, herbicides, liquid fertilizers, knapsack sprayers, and water pumps, among others. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Abakaliki, where Governor Nwifuru has strongly condemned the brutal attack on Okorojo community in Eda local government area of Ebonyi State, where 5 people were beheaded with several others allegedly abducted and properties destroyed. The governor reaffirmed government's commitment for lasting peace in the area and across the state by relieving traditional rulers, village heads, and all political appointees of unnecessary extraction of their positions. Caleb Ubuna reports.
While many in Ebonyi State marked January 29th as just another day in the new year, the people of Akborojo Osu Eda in Eda local government area endured a horrific tragedy as suspected warlords from Amasri launched a brutal attack on the community, beheading 5 indigents and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The assault, reportedly linked to a protracted land dispute, saw homes and properties razed. After inspecting the area, Governor Francis Nwifuru issued a stern condemnation, calling for calm and urging all parties to embrace dialogue.
I am particularly very saddened and very pained with this kind of development. But I want to assure the people of Okorojo Autonomous Community that government of Ebonyi State will definitely show to the perpetrators what made them government. So on this note, the Development Union Executive and all the villages in Amashiri community is hereby dissolved. The traditional ruler certificate is hereby withdrawn. All the government appointee from Amasri is hereby sacked. From the management committee down to the commissioner, anyone from Amasri is hereby sacked.
The governor's intervention comes amid rising tensions, with security agencies now stationed to restore order and bring the culprits to justice. In Abakaliki, Caleb Obunna, NTA News.
52 veterans of the Nigerian Air Force, including officers, airmen, and women from Borno and Yobe State, received medical care and welfare support during a special rally organized by the Chief of the Air Staff. The event, held at the 105 Composite Group of the Nigerian Air Force in Maiduguri, focused on improving the well-being and post-service lives of retired personnel. Abubakar Musa reports.
The headquarters of the Nigerian Air Force has over the years remained committed to strengthening the welfare, dignity and post-service reintegration of its veterans through sustained collaboration, policy advocacy and targeted welfare interventions. Hence this Chief of Air Staff Pali. Issues regarding the health of the retired soldiers with focus on diabetes and proposed NAF strategic plan for Veterans Administration 2026 to 2035 dominated discussion during the event. Aside free medical outreach, the participants received cash support and series of lectures on how to live healthier.
The Nigerian Air Force has established a joint working group with ministries and the Directorate of Veteran Affairs to drive veteran-focused initiatives.
On behalf of the veterans, Master Warrant Officer Mainamaji Mohammed, retired, appreciated the Chief of Air Staff for recognizing their invaluable contributions, sacrifices and enduring relevance. Meanwhile, the air component of Operation Hadinkai has held this year's Wasa, a yearly event that reflects unity in diversity within the Air Force family, as well as challenges and significant breakthroughs recorded in the outgone year. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Musa, NTA News.
Across the nation's capital, the Gbagi FCT Youth Conference deemed the driving force of the renewed hope agenda for sustainable development through a high-level engagement, positioning themselves as constructive partners in the development vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Beyond dialogue, the conference featured initiatives aimed at empowering young people as drivers of sustainable growth in the Federal Capital Territory. Rabat Shaib reports.
The conference is designed to deepen youth participation in governance, economic development, and community leadership, while aligning indigenous aspirations with the renewed hope agenda of the federal government.
The future leaders, that's the youth, have a responsibility to ensure that they call the attention of the whole country to the effort and sacrifices that have been made by their forefathers to the establishment of the FCT.
Our intentions is to continue to steer our youth up so they can engage government appropriately.
The association presented a letter of appreciation to be delivered to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, commending his administration's commitment to inclusive governance and indigenous participation through the renewed hope agenda.
The endorsement of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the second term, and also in the appreciation they extend to me on the various interventions he has given to the FCT and Gbagi people in Nigeria.
If President Tinubu do not make 25%, not only 25%, this time around nobody will not allow within our reach. We don't allow anybody to lead in the FCT.
The Gbagi Youth Housing Scheme was unveiled by the Etsu of Kwali, alongside the presentation of 2 branded vehicles donated by Jacob Mbaku to support the Gbagi youths in their quest to drive sustainable development in line with the renewed hope agenda. In Abuja, Rabiat Shaib, NTA News.
Violence, GBV, remains major social and public health challenge in Nigeria, with Enugu State recording worrying trends in recent years. Chika Okori reports that poverty, harmful cultural practices, and limited access to justice are key drivers of the problem.
Gender-based violence, GBV, involves harmful acts directed at an individual based on gender and includes physical, sexual coercion, and psychological abuse. According to findings, nearly 90% of reported GBV victims in Enugu State and globally are females. However, while women and children are mostly affected, a traditional ruler, Professor Chukwuma Ona, says men also bear the burden, especially at the level of spousal intimacy. Beyond statistics, the danger of GBV are far-reaching as survivors often suffer long-term physical injuries, psychological trauma, depression, anxiety, and sexually transmitted infections, and in extreme cases, death.
The traditional rulers from time to time give orientation and reorientation of our children for the importance of education, because I believe when they are given this proper education, they will not, be doing some of these things that are harmful to our people in the society.
Our mission is to collaborate with government, community structures, and partners to promote dignity, empowerment, and access to quality services for all.
Although ending this age-long menace is a clarion call, the Enugu state government has domesticated the violence against persons law and put other measures in place, while the traditional institution has remained at the forefront of ensuring compliance.
More still needs to be done to protect women, children, and other vulnerable groups, as public opinion remains that silence empowers the perpetrators, hence the need for survivors to speak up and seek help. In Enugu, Chika Okore, NTA News.
Enugu State GBV battle, past, present, and future is the issue of the moment, and to examine the specific initiatives undertaken by the ministry and their impact, I have with me the Director, Gender Ministry of Children, Gender Affairs, Enugu State, Mrs. Esther Chinelo Mba. Good to see you on Panorama, Ma.
Thank you.
All right, let's begin with specific programs or initiatives the Ministry of Gender Affairs is currently running and implementing in rural areas and communities to address this issue of GBV.
Thank you once again. Like I mentioned earlier, that as far as my ministry is concerned, the governor of Enugu State has given zero tolerance on GBV, whether sexual, whether domestic. He doesn't want to hear anything about GBV. The same way my commissioner, she doesn't show any gentility or have rest in fighting GBV. As a result of that, the governor of Enugu State instituted what we call a clinical psychology in our ministry as one of the departments, and is free of charge. We have the response team, which the security agent is being attached to. A boss has been assigned to run these GBV cases, so that at any time we are called upon, we will not hesitate to intervene. Whether in the rural community, whether in the urban, we are everywhere. We have a situation room. By the time we will finish, I'm going to mention some of the numbers that we give out to people to call us whenever any individual are being abused.
All right, talking about zero tolerance, what does the zero tolerance declaration mean in practice in Enugu State? Can you throw more light on that?
Yes. Recently, the governor approved the domestication of gender policy for our state. And as a result of that, we are assigned to go to the 17 LGAs in Enugu State to teach our people, to interact with them, to educate them, to sensitize them on what GBV is all about and how they should go about it when it occurs. In the course of doing that, we met a case that is ongoing, currently going now, where early marriage is dominant and prevalent. Example is in Iweze North. There's a girl called Precious Oyega. It's currently going on. We are persecuting the perpetrator. Precious is 15 years old, while the man given to him in marriage is 35 years old. When he got to us, we frown at it.
Was she legally married?
But according to the law, the child rights law, she's not up to 18 years. And therefore, the marriage is null and void. Now that girl is in our custody. The governor has approved her education to one of the approved government schools up to tertiary institution. These are one of the things we are doing in Enugu State to combat GBV.
All right. And how is the ministry ensuring this commitment is upheld across the local government areas of the state?
I've said it because we have gone through the 17 LUGAs, interacting with the community members, educating them, hearing from them, because grassroots is where some of these menaces occur. We go to them because it's not everyone that has the power, the capacity, the knowledge to come out and be bold to speak out. For that reason, we went to the grassroots to interact with them and teach them their right, what they're supposed to do anytime such occur. It doesn't end there. Recently, a task force committee on GBV were inaugurated in Enugu State. And in this task force, just like when we went around the 17 LGAs, all the necessary MDAs that are supposed to be with us, work in collaboration with us, went with us. We did not go alone because the job is too versatile, too wide, that my ministry cannot do.
Okay, in all of this, what are the challenges facing this fight? The biggest challenges you see, you encounter on the process?
Yes, the challenges facing it is that many of them are naive.
Okay.
They lack knowledge. They don't know their rights, and they cannot stand by it. Anything goes with them. Again, is the law, because we know that we have the child rights law now and the VAP law that will be a guide to combat gender-based violence in our state. Some of them are being outdated. Like review on child rights law and VAP law is ongoing, because like the criminal laws, where the focus is only on female, but when you come to VAP law, it's now all the genders. All right,
before we let you go, what message does the ministry want to send to the people of Enugu State regarding gender-based violence?
Okay, because of the step we have taken, going around training even the traditional rulers, religious, CSOs, and all the MDAs, we are now telling them wherever we go that anytime they are being abused, they should come to Ministry of Gender Affairs and make their case reported. And again, you know that some cases are civil matters.
Yes, ma'am.
They should go to their traditional ruler and report, because they are the one that handles civil matters. But when it is criminal, the police attention will be needed.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Mba. The message is very clear and simple. We have to leave it there. Thank you for coming on Panorama. There's more to come on Panorama after the break. Do join us again. On Panorama, Enugu State government says it is making deliberate reforms anchored on transparency, credibility, and digitization of records to modernize administration, reduce multiple levies, and restore confidence on the land tenure system. Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mbah gave the assurance during stakeholders forum meeting on harmonization of land administration and titling in Enugu State. Chika Ugu was there.
Orderly land administration, no doubt, is critical to social stability and economic growth. To this end, the Enugu State government has placed land governance at the core of its economic transformation and development agenda. To achieve this, the state government has put in place some reforms and organized a committee to address various complaints of multiple taxation, issues of land grabbing, inaccessibility of property, and reduced bottlenecks associated with land administration and documentation. These reforms, the governor, represented by the secretary to the state government, says is yielding impact as all charges have been reduced to about 60% and streamlined into a unified charge, with building approvals handled solely by the state's Capital Territory Authority.
Unregulated layouts, conflicting claims, and informal transactions undermine planning, fuels disputes, and discourages investment.
His Excellency signed into law the Enugu Geographic Information Systems Law, which was supposed to create a one-stop shop for your land transactions.
Ground rents and land use charge is unified and has been reduced as much as over 60%. One good thing that is going to happen is that you're going to have influx of people in the states, developing properties, house rents will drop.
Questions by stakeholders bordering on various challenges faced in land verification and documentation were laid to rest by resource persons, with assurance of the state government's commitment to making land administration, accessibility, and documentation a seamless process. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
On sports, actions returns this Sunday in the Nigeria Premier Football League as 6 matches are lined up nationwide across various centers. With details on this and more, let's join Suleiman Musa.